think manners to shout at someone who stops at a red light, Hannah.
Stop too quickly.
It doesn't matter what he did. You are supposed to leave enough space so that you can stop comfortably.
I did.
No, you didn't. You were too busy shouting at the woman who walked across the zebra crossing.
Well, she just came out in front of me.
She's allowed to. It's her right of way.
Yeah, well, she just did it to annoy me. Afternoon, Bill.
And if you've got such a short temper, you shouldn't be learning to drive. Hello, Bill.
If you've got such a short temper, you shouldn't be taking me out for practice. You've been moaning at me ever since I drove off.
It never works, two women in a car together.
Oh, don't be so damn patronising.
That's a sexist remark, Bill.
For God's sake, it was any joke. I think I'll go out again for a pint and some conversation at normal level.
Oh, Bill, don't go yet. I was wondering if you could take me to the dance at St Andrew's Hall.
I don't know where it is.
I'll direct you.
Oh, just don't let her drive you.
Only Mum won't take me because we're not speaking.
You seem to be speaking rather a lot.
It's not worth asking her when she's in this sort of mood.
I was put in this mood by a daughter who thinks that driving consists of stamping your foot and arguing every 5 minutes.
I thought that was marriage.
Watch out.
Joe?
Can we sign this, Mum?
What is it?
And let's hope he's up for adoption.
Shut up, Hannah. It's permission to cycle to school.
Well, do you think you should? I don't think your bike's up to it, is it?
It's okay, apart from the puncture. I'll get that fixed.
Well, can't you do that yourself?
Last time he did that, he bent 3 tablespoons just trying to get the tyre off.
I couldn't find anything else.
We didn't look further than the cutlery drawer.
Anyway, can we sign it?
Well, actually, I'm not sure I want you to cycle all that way, Joe.
Oh, Mum.
Well, it's a very busy road, and you've got to cross the bypass.
Yes, well, I'll leave you to it.
I've passed my cycling proficiency exam.
Anyway, why do you want to cycle all of a sudden?
There's this girl
Shut up, Hannah.
called Emma. I've seen him gaze at her adoringly.
Stop teasing him, Hannah.
She cycles to school. She goes past our house.
How do you know?
I've seen you leaning on the gate in the morning waiting for her.
Well, what about you and that stupid prat in the sixth form?
He's not a stupid prat. He could flatten you with one finger.
You must be joking. He's really wet. He's no good at football.
Oh, that's typical lettuce brain. So if someone's no good at football, they're useless.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right then, how about Precious Emma? How's her football?
Oh, girls don't count. They're useless at sport.
Oh, fine. That's just written off Martina Navratilova, Fatima Whitbread.
Shut up, both of you.
She started it.
I like the home life of our own dear Queen.
You don't think he should cycle to school, do
I'm
you?
afraid to offer an opinion. The only house I know with more arguments in this is the House of Commons.
You do, don't you, Bill?
I'm not ganging up on your mother, Joe. She can be a violent woman when crossed. All I know is it didn't do me any harm, and I used to cycle 5 miles to school every day.
Yeah, but that was when roads were just cart tracks.
Yeah, and bicycle wheels were made of stone.
Yes, well, in that case, I shall now repair to the Red Lion, where I will be treated with the respect I deserve.
But, Bill, you promised.
What?
You promised to take me to the hall.
Did I?
No, you didn't. Hannah invents promises like she invents her own highway code.
I'm talking to Bill, Mum. Please take me. If I walk there, my hair'll go all wrong.
Match your brain, then.
OK. Anything to separate you from your mother.
You'll be doing us both a favour, Bill.
Come on, then. You shall go to the hall.
Just sign here, Mum.
Oh, just a minute. Oh,
God, you're not drinking again, are you?
I beg your pardon?
You're always opening bottles of wine.
No, I'm not.
It's not a very good example for me, you know.
Joe, I've just had a very stressing time with your sister, and I would like a glass of wine to relax, all right?
That's a unit and a half, you know.
What is?
Glass of wine is a unit and a half.
Thanks for telling me.
You're only allowed 14 units a week.
Oh, I thought it was a day. Cheers.
Women are only allowed 14 units of alcohol a week. Otherwise, they get brain damage and other bits collapse.
Thank you, Dr. Greyshot.
Men are allowed to drink more.
Presumably because the survey was carried out by men.
No, because men are different from women, chemically.
Ah, yes. I knew there was something I wanted to talk to you
I
about.
saw a film once on the state of the liver after years of heavy drinking.
Very educational.
Yours must be pretty rotten by now.
Oh, Joe, come on. I don't need this. Now, be quiet before I deprive you of your allowance.
The last resort of the desperate parent.
And a very effective one, too.
Oh, before you start playing the heavy, can I borrow some money to go to Darren's?
Do you mean borrow as in I give it to you and never see it again?
If you're offering.
Before you go, Joe, now tell me, what about this Emma?
Oh, Mum.
Well, is she the first girl you've liked, you know, in that sort of way?
What sort of way?
Well, you know, boy-girl way.
You always start these serious talks when you're drinking.
I'm not drinking! Look, I'm having a glass of wine before dinner, and I don't have to justify it to you.
Anyway, what you say?
You heard.
I mean, before that, you're going to talk to me about girls.
Oh, well, I'm not now. I've given up being an understanding mother for one night.
Ah, terrific. So can you just sign this form, then, and we'll say no more about your outburst?
Do you know, you're showing alarming signs of growing up just like a man, Joe. Where did I go wrong?
Hi, Joe. Bye, Joe.
Bye,
Hello,
Hilary.
Hilary.
Oh, Have you got any tie levers?
Out, Joe.
Bit early in the day for drinks, isn't it, Faith?
Drink in the singular.
You're a bit touchy.
Well, Joe's just been giving me a lecture on the dangers of alcohol.
Oh, well, I'll just have a glass of wine and you can tell me all about it. Hard day?
Oh, Hannah's been driving me to drink.
Yes, I noticed the L plates.
Yes, well, in her case, the L stands for lunatic. And just when I thought nothing else could worry me, you come in looking impossibly chic.
Do you like the new outfit?
Smashing.
I'm a bit worried because it's linen. And after an hour in an aircraft, you begin to look as if you've been travelling in the baggage hold.
Oh, once the plane's taken off, you can always stand in the aisle and let your creases drop out.
Someone will ask me when I'm coming round with the duty-free. Looking forward to the trip. Yes, I think so, on the whole. Although family weddings can be a bit of a drag.
Yeah, especially when you've had to cancel the ceremony.
But your reception was fun. Now, have you got any dates for the new wedding yet?
No, not yet. Bill still hasn't got his decree absolute.
You will have a wonderful wedding day when it comes.
Yes, well, we'll have had plenty of practice preparing for it.
I'm hoping that taking Brian along with me to my cousin's wedding will put him in the mood.
You sure you want to marry Brian, Hilary?
Absolutely certain. After all, we both like Woody Allen films and going to Italy.
Yes, I suppose that's reason enough. Has he met your family yet?
No, not yet. Not en masse.
Well, if they're anything like mine, he'll run screaming into the distance.
I thought Bill looked a bit like an escapee when he let me in just now.
Goodbye, Hilary.
Bye, Faith. Bye, Bill.
Bye.
I've bought you a nice glass of wine, my love. I'll put it there, OK? Oh, obviously not OK.
Cocktail cabinet, you know.
You care more about this car than you do about me, don't you, Bill? Don't you, Bill?
Oh, sorry, I didn't think you wanted an answer. I thought it was your usual tearful ramblings on one glass of muscadet.
Why don't you ever rub me down like this?
You look pretty silly in a weatherproof wax finish.
I respond very well to tender, loving care.
Do you think I'm a bit old for it?
Only when you're overtired, my love.
I mean the MG.
I know what you meant. I just felt like a little innuendo.
Hannah says I should get something more suitable for a man of my years.
Like a bus pass, perhaps?
It's an impractical car, isn't it?
Oh, if you think that I'm going to talk you out of selling your MG, you've got the wrong woman.
Oh, I begin to think that already.
It's your car. If you want a drafty two-seater that makes you feel like a boy racer, that is entirely your decision.
I've always had a sports car.
So you've told me once or twice before.
Combination of speed and power. Wind blowing my hair about.
You too proud to chase after it.
All right. Not if you must. You've never seen the magic, have you?
Not totally, no.
I used to like a girl with long blonde hair sitting beside me.
Not a good idea to say that when you're standing next to a brunette with a bob.
Girls who didn't mind the hood down. There was nothing worse than the girl who put on a nylon scarf.
I had a stretchy headband, a fringe, and orange lipstick.
Things have improved slightly then. You can't beat a sports car. Sorts the men out from the boys.
Girls drove them, too.
Faith, sports cars were for boys because boys could fix them. How many girls can change their oil or adjust their tappets?
My tappets have never needed adjusting.
Girls were always very impressed by boys in sports cars. One hand on the wheel, the other combing my hair and practicing my James Dean expression in the driving room.
Okay, I assume you're going to keep it.
I think I'll keep it, even though Hannah wants to buy it.
You're not going to sell it to Hannah.
Why?
Well, she's got no money, for one thing.
She says she's got a post office book.
Well, she's got a book, but she's got no money in it, and she's a liability on the road.
That's because you two aggravate each other. Driving's probably perfectly okay. She just needs someone a bit calmer to instruct her.
Know anyone?
Well, I wouldn't mind taking her out a few times.
You're on.
People have said I am a natural teacher. I'm beginning to go off the whole idea already.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
Well, it's not easy trying to make love to a woman with hiccups.
It's funny, isn't it? Babies have hiccups all the time, and it doesn't bother them. When you grow up, it really hurts.
And what you need is a shock.
There's nowhere to put your car keys.
It's worked, though, hasn't it?
Yes. What shall we do now?
Well, obviously 2 hours of smouldering passion is off the agenda, with you addled by drink.
Let's have a cuddle then.
Oh, now, just shift over a bit. You've got to that belligerent stage where you're taking all the duvet.
I had a bit to...
See?
Right. Oh. Just think I'd be Mrs. McGregor by now if you'd got your divorce papers in order.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I was just thinking I'd be a completely different person by
Only
now.
alphabetically. You wouldn't suddenly have red hair or a French accent.
It's a thought, though, isn't it?
Yes, and a thought you've had twice a day ever since...
Since you messed up our wedding plans.
Since my ex-wife omitted to get the decree absolute.
Do you think Joe's serious about this girl?
God, the butterfly mind of the slightly inebriated.
Do you, though?
Why not? It's perfectly natural.
But that's what worries me. Don't you think he's a bit young?
No, of course not. I first fell in love when I was 7.
Really?
She had beautiful long hair and beautiful eyes.
What was she called?
Heather. She was the milkman's horse.
No, I am a bit worried, though, because I haven't had a chance to have a serious talk with him.
Do you mean what I think you mean by serious?
Yes, Joe was too young to talk about, things when John and I got divorced.
Things? You're such a coward, aren't you?
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am not. I just think you should do it.
Me?
Yes. Well, you're nearly his stepfather. He listens to you.
You mean you want me to sit Joe down and ask him what he knows about sex?
Well, he knows all about that.
What then?
Well, talk to him about his responsibilities, taking...
Precautions?
That sort of thing, yes.
Well, it's not easy with my natural modesty.
Ah, well, that's why this will help.
What do you want me to do, hide behind it?
Well, there's a documentary on human biology. I thought you could watch it together and then he can ask you questions afterwards.
Like whose stupid idea was this?
No, I have every faith in you, Bill.
Wonderful. Well, if I'm going to have to discuss the theory, I might get down to a bit of practice. We may as well use the time that Hannah and Joe are out.
But slow down. I want to be wooed.
Wooed?
Very wooed indeed.
Oh, hell! Oh, God!
Hello.
Mum, it's me.
Oh, there are 2 me's who call me Mum.
Stop giggling. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
It's me, Hannah.
Oh, it's me, Hannah.
Can you pick me up?
No, I'm not talking to you.
Well, can Bill pick me up then? Only Caroline had to go home early because she felt sick from too much bopping.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Well, I could walk back.
No, you couldn't. I'll come.
Thanks, bye.
Oh, Hannah, she wants a lift. I'll go.
I take it you're joking of the trouble you're having with that phone.
Oh, will you go, Bill? Oh, Bill, you're a wonderful person. Oh, I want to give you a big kiss. Oh, what are you doing?
Retrieving the car keys, what else?
Having trouble?
Only since I saw you.
Yes, I've heard it can make you tetchy.
What can?
Problems in that department.
What department?
Make it happy. Make it safe. What sex is all about. I am sorry.
What about?
You're having difficulty.
The only difficulties I have is keeping my temper when you're about.
It's quite a recent thing, is it? Only you and I always enjoyed a full marital relationship.
In between the fights.
Still, I suppose it must be difficult getting excited when you're confronted with a Wincy nighty at bedtime.
Liza, the book is not for me. I bought it for Joe. He is of an age when he needs advice on certain things.
So you're just going to hand him a paperback, are you?
He knows I'm perfectly prepared to answer any questions he may have.
Well, I hope you're going to tell him how to treat a woman properly. Opening doors, paying compliments, little presents.
Well, you would never accept little presents.
Diamonds can be quite small.
The only present Joe is likely to give his girlfriend is a Spurs scarf.
Is that the same as Gucci? What's that for? Faith driving you round the bend already?
I am teaching Hannah to drive.
Well, I must say, Faith's got herself a bargain, hasn't she? Driving instruction, sex education. Does she want a husband or a college tutor?
Well, at least she doesn't want a walking wallet.
Still, I suppose that's what comes of choosing an older woman.
Faith is no older than you are.
Really? But then some women just can't hold back the years, can they?
And some women just can't hold back. Come along. We really must do this less often.
I'm sure the book will help, Bill, especially the chapter on erogenous zones, page 63.
It won't be long.
OK.
You two going to watch television together, Joe?
You sound surprised, Faith. I thought you knew. Go on, off you go. There's no place for a woman.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Sports specialist starts in about half an hour, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah, better do some maths homework.
No, leave all that in.
What?
Well, there's a programme on before I thought you might find interesting.
Is there?
Yes,
What's it called?
body language, I think.
Oh? What's it about?
Bodies.
Dead ones?
Male and female.
Oh, you mean sex?
Well, sort of.
Bill, are you blushing?
Certainly not.
You are?
I'm not.
Miss Jessup always used to blush when we did sex education. She used to mumble so much we had to keep asking her to repeat everything. Stupid. She seemed to think none of us knew the facts of life.
Silly woman.
Of course, we'd known it all for years.
Had you? Mind you, it's not just the facts you have to consider, it's the responsibilities as well.
Is it?
Well, especially for men.
Oh, I know all that.
You do?
Yeah, of course. I'll get it.
You've had a pleasant evening together. Her body language is saying that she'd like it to continue, and the inevitable question arises, your place or mine?
It's Emma.
Who?
Emma, in the hall. In my hall.
Oh, that Emma. What's she doing here?
She got a puncture right outside the door. Wicked, isn't it?
Well, I'm not mending her puncture as well as yours.
It's all right. I've got it covered. There comes a time when you have to put things into practice, doesn't there?
We are talking bicycle tyres here, aren't we, Joe?
Quick, turn it on. Sports special starts in a minute.
Hang on. I thought you were planning to spend the evening over a hot bicycle wheel with the girl of your dreams.
So did I.
What's happened?
She just wanted to borrow my puncture repair kit.
Did she?
Said she didn't need any help.
Oh, I see.
She could do it all herself.
Oh.
She said her mum taught her to be independent on account of being left with 2 children by a no-good husband.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of trouble with that one, Joe.
Don't tell me.
You mark my words, there's going to be a male backlash soon.
How do you mean?
Men will start to reassert themselves, in subtle ways at first. Like letting the door go when they're behind you, or not opening their lemonade bottles.
Doesn't sound much of a backlash. Don't mind letting the door go on Hannah.
Blow for freedom, Joe.
Think I'll give up women and stick to football.
Wise decision, men's territory. You won't find a woman who can understand the offside rule.
Mum can.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, come put the television on. The match is about to start. You had a nice chat, Joe?
Yeah.
And?
I'm not going to take the tops off any girls' lemonade bottles.
How interesting.
Men's talk, Faith. You wouldn't understand.
Stop! You haven't checked your mirror and handbrake.
Hannah, you are not the instructor, I am. I am just driving you to a quiet road.
Bill, you're supposed to set me a good example.
Okay.
That means you're not supposed to cross your arms over when you're turning the wheel. Mr. Evans said...
How old is your Mr. Evans?
Quite old, about 30.
I see. Well, that probably means he was still at play school when I passed my test, so don't quote your Mr. Evans at me.
He said I noticed lots of bad habits in other drivers, especially older ones.
Oh, he did. Did he also warn you of the possibility of being thrown out of a car travelling at speed along the ring road?
Sorry, Bill, shut up.
Thank you. Now, I'm just going to stop round here, and then you can take over.
You forgot to signal.
Hannah! Take your foot off the accelerator!
Mr. Evans doesn't shout at me.
Mr. Evans is being paid, I'm not.
Bill, you're not holding my confidence.
It's not your confidence I'm worried about, it's my life.
Don't exaggerate.
You are going a little fast.
How's you doing 30?
We are going round a roundabout.
Yeah, maybe not.
Only by the grace of God. You went round that roundabout on 2 wheels.
That's enough, isn't it?
Hannah, you've got to remember that the roads are slippery when it's raining. Now, try and touch the accelerator instead of thumping it. Coax it gently and it will respond. Think of it as a woman's...
You're going to say a woman's body.
Keep your eyes on the road!
You bring sex into everything.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, look, there's Sarah.
Hannah, slow down.
Damn, didn't like her jacket much, did you?
I couldn't see it for the sweat pouring into my eye. I wonder why. Pull up here.
Why? I'm enjoying myself.
Pull up. Stop at that shop.
Do I have to?
Yes, stop here.
That's a stupid place to put a traffic cone.
They obviously weren't expecting you.
I haven't done parking yet. You're going to get me a box of chocolates for doing so well, aren't you? I'd like plain chocolate with peppermint.
I am not buying chocolate, I'm buying cigarettes.
But you don't smoke.
I've started again.
Mum won't like it.
Tough. I either have a cigarette or a heart attack.
Well, if you start smoking, you'll have both.
Hannah, don't talk to me. Just get that cone out from under the car and get into the passenger seat.
Mr. Evans doesn't get cross with me.
That's because Mr. Evans has dual control. At the moment, I haven't even got self-control.
Mr. Evans said I was to expect conflict if the family take me out for practice.
For once, I agree with Mr. Evans.
Hello, you two. Did you have a good lesson?
Useless women drivers, and don't tell me that's a sexist remark. I have just survived attempted murder.
What?
Only a miracle stopped Hannah from killing me in this last hour.
You said you wanted to kill me.
And there was I thinking Hannah was in safe hands with such a wonderful natural teacher to instruct her.
I wouldn't be Hannah's driving instructor if you paid me.
Well, we do pay him.
Not enough.
What's that in your hand?
Car keys.
The other hand.
A cigarette.
He started smoking again, Mum, and he's using my driving as an excuse.
An excuse? Anyone who'd spent the last hour with you would need either a cigarette or a therapy session.
And he's been exaggerating all afternoon.
Bill, you said you'd never smoke again.
No, it's all right. I'll throw the other 19 away. Unless you want me to take her out again, in which case I'll keep them.
Do you want a drink?
Well, I'd love one, but I'm going to drive home, have a shower and a change of clothes. A driving lesson with your daughter is equivalent to 2 hours in the sauna.
Before you go.
No, I am not going to draw diagrams for Joe of the male and female anatomy.
No, it's not that. I've just been to the airport to pick up Hilary. She had a row with Brian.
Well, can we save this fascinating news for later?
And I took your car.
Well?
And we had a little accident.
You mean the MG is damaged?
No, it's just a dent.
Just a dent? Where is it? Where is it?
I thought the lesson went quite well, actually.
Did you? Good.
Bill doesn't do much for my confidence, mind you.
No, well, you probably took him a bit by surprise, I expect.
He seems a bit tense these days, Mum.
Do you think so?
I think he might be under a strain because you're still not properly married.
Yes, you could be right.
But just in case that isn't the reason, I think I'll make myself scarce.
All right. I'll make dinner in a few minutes. Bill?
That'll cost a fortune.
Yes, I know.
I suppose you and Hilary were busy chatting, were you? What did you do? Reverse into a dress shop window?
No, we didn't. How dare you assume it was my fault?
All right, all right. Well, what happened?
We were hit from behind.
By another woman driver, I suppose.
By a man.
Oh, yes.
In a sports car.
Really?
A convertible.
Well, that's unusual.
Hilary said he wasn't paying attention seconds before he hit us.
How did she know?
She could see in the wing mirror.
Well, he was having engine trouble, was he?
No,
Well, what then?
he was looking in his mirror, combing his hair.